was Adam's least favorite song in the world.
I'm so
I
hyped.
learned that
I am
tonight.
so hyped for this Winners Lounge, and somebody here paid money to play Mbop
by Hampton.
By Hampton.
Incredible.
Just now to lead us into the show.
Wildest development of the night,
incredible
for sure.
Incredible troll.
I'm going to tell you, I feel great.
You feel great with some Hampton. What's up, everybody? Welcome in to a Friday night edition of the Winners Lounge. Of course, as always, guys, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Use promo code DNVR. How did I do tonight? I was so wrapped up in this game. I know I was very close to hitting my Jokic triple-double Hail Mary.
Didn't get it.
I didn't get it.
I know we're all talking about betting the Nuggets money line, which was plus in the second half for the entire second half.
We all did that, yeah.
That was easy money.
I took the Nuggets line at the start of the fourth. It was plus 180.
Same. Got 180, baby. Cash that one. I got D-Line Co. here.
Let's go. I'm rich.
A.K.A. the Wade Boggs of the Winners Lounge. I got the man with the wind in his hair, A.K.A. the Peloton Prince.
A.K.A. Dylan Windler. Here at your service.
And then, of course, over here, Duvalier, the Frenchman.
I'm excited to be here. It's a Winners Lounge. Let's do this, baby. It's a Friday night.
It's a Friday night. The vibes are on 100.
Yo, is there anything better than Superstar Dev in a Winners Lounge?
I don't know if there is.
Dude,
we got Superstar Dev. We got me. We got a line out the door of the DNVR bar right now. Check that out.
A waiting line for people to come in for the after party. I'm telling you, this place, man, like, look, this game was both awesome and sucked, all within the same span of a game. Like,
you got to reverse those. It
sucked and was awesome.
And then it was awesome.
And I'll tell you what, for even like a night like this, where you're playing against a team that most of the night you're frustrated and just being like, whatever. When they come back and win, no better place to be. Maybe Ball Arena when it's full and popping. But other than that,
not Ball Arena.
But definitely not tonight. But the DNVR bar when there's vibes on 100, man, I'm telling you guys, heaven on earth.
I mean, my first thought about this game, can I just give my first thought? Are we there yet? No, I'm not usually on these post-game lounges, so I don't know.
That's so true. It is nice to have you.
How do these work?
What's everybody's first big takeaway, Harrison?
I cannot believe the Nuggets won this game with Nikola Jokic only scoring 22 points.
It doesn't. I've done
and he
the
had
math.
most of those in the second quarter. We thought this was going to be a game as this game moved along from the second to the third to the fourth that he was going to have to go for 35, 40.
Right.
And for them to win it, I mean, they only scored 97 points.
Right, as a team, yeah.
Right. But the fact that they won it with him only scoring 22 and barely any of those came late.
Right.
That was surprising, I'd say.
I mean, it was. So we're calling this one now a gentleman's munder. They hold them under 100, but they also score themselves under 100. So
a gentleman's
munder, you know?
Yeah.
But it was just an ugly game. I mean, I think part of the storyline tonight was that nobody really looked good. You know, I thought Jokic looked good. He didn't look transcendent or whatever, but he looked good.
Justin Jackson looked good.
Yeah, I thought Michael Porter Jr. looked good, like physically.
RJ Hampton.
I thought RJ Hampton looked good.
But I'm just saying, from a scoring standpoint, you've expected, like, okay, you can get some easy buckets out of this here or there. They just couldn't. Dev, what's your takeaway? Your big takeaway, number one?
I'm going to follow Harrison as far as the just being shocked. I was shocked that was a game that the Nuggets pulled off because when you look at the landscape of what happened, it was the usuals. They did not show up in the ways that they're supposed to or that we've expected them. Monte Morris didn't have a big game. Jermichael Green hasn't been like stepping out or anything like that. And the bench unit didn't look good tonight. But then they pulled it together and they got it back there in the third quarter.
Yeah.
So I think it was just the shock of how they pulled that off and came together.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was a game where the first was the third and the third was the first. Like
that's so true.
They played the third.
So
they just got the third quarter out of the way in the first quarter. Scored, I think, 16 points. It was just Brickfest USA. Like, and at a certain point, I was like, "Are the Thunder shooting 98% from behind the 3-point line?" Like they were only shooting at that point. They were only shooting 40%, but it was like a very loud and deafening 40%. And then I just couldn't hit anything. But the law of averages is a law for this reason. Like we knew that the Thunder were going to come back down to earth, that they were going to be able to maintain that. You saw that in the fourth, they couldn't hit anything. They fell apart, man.
And the Thunder did finish 10 of 32 from three. And look, and this is kind of who they are. There weren't a lot of guys out there you're watching that you're like, ooh, don't let him get free for three or what have you. Yeah, I think my takeaway was I would like to be a little bit more excited about this. And there's individual little pockets of things to be excited about. But to me, it's like, you got the Lakers on Sunday. You got a 5-game road trip. I really wanted a repeat of Wednesday night. And I don't think it's too much to say that like it's a bit of a letdown that Denver didn't take control of this game a little bit earlier. So that's kind of my takeaway from this one. I would like to feel a lot more positive about the direction the Nuggets are headed. Instead, this one feels like they beat a bad team ugly, and they still beat a bad team. Like it's still a good thing. It's just a flat line for me. This is a +0.
I tried not to get too high on this team after the Cavs win.
That's smart. That was very smart of you.
And this is why. Because, like, look, this Thunder team, they should have blown them out tonight. They absolutely should have. This is not a good Thunder team. I mean, this is the Thunder team without their best player in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. The Nuggets should have blown them out tonight. But, yeah, they didn't. So that's why I don't get too high, I guess.
Yo, but listen, this is a gut check game. This is like this is the resilience that you want to see. This is
but I'm like Jamal Murray. I'm sick of being the resilient team. Like we're talking about they were resilient. And look, the Thunder have had some good games. I mean, they've taken the Lakers down to the wire the last couple games. You know, like they're the feisty underdog team. You know,
but this is classic trap game. We have the Lakers coming up next.
Yeah, maybe.
And there's the game in the middle where you're like, oh, they no SGA. Like they come out as flat as you could possibly.
Yeah, we can say that, but I don't buy that the Nuggets are thinking about the Lakers. I mean, maybe they are. I just don't think so. I don't know.
Here's my real big takeaway from this game. The Nuggets go as Jamal Murray goes, and I thought Jamal Murray was atrocious in the first half. Absolutely atrocious. He came alive in the second. And you look at his stat line, 22 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, and he does it on 8 of 19 shots. Like, he worked for those 22 points. 3 of 11, couldn't get his three-point shot going, passed up easy ones, took some tough ones. Like, just the rhythm continued to be off. But he gritted it out in that third quarter, had a good fourth quarter, and when he's good, the Nuggets are good. They're, like, really good. In fact, if you just look at that second half, Nuggets kind of dominate. And that's what they look like when they get Murray. And to me, I don't know if this is a feel-good Murray game. Like it's you got the yin and the yang of Murray tonight.
This is him gutting it out. This was a gutted out game.
I think that this was a positive game for Murray because you got to see him step up not only in the first quarter because he's been getting off to a hot start,
early.
So it was great to see like that rhythm go off. You also didn't see a lot of backing the guards down. I mean, you're not going to be able to do that against Lou Dort
thank God,
or anything
man.
like that. But just
I haven't been here to give my take on Murray.
It opens up the rest of the offense. There's more of a flow by not having your point guard on the block or in the paint. So that opened things up. That made it easy scoring lanes for everyone else. But also, like, if you look at everything else, he had 5 rebounds, 5 assists. So, like, he made sure to play
with
Was
5.5 assists your number?
No, I'm laughing because we got a $25 super chat from Spencer.
He's got to be really bored on this Friday night.
We'll get to those shots here at the breaks. I sense a not so pragmatic win take incoming.
On what?
Murray's post-ups.
Oh, they're terrible. Get them out of here. I never want to see one again. Like, if he's got Ish Smith on him, cool. But, I mean, I just feel like with the talent the Nuggets have, they can get better looks than the Jamal Murray fadeaway out of the post. That's just me.
I agree with you, and they have not gone well over the stretch. And it's weird tonight. You look at Jokic. I didn't think he was going to take threes tonight. Because usually when he has an inside advantage, like a height size advantage, he goes inside and just works. He didn't work inside tonight. I know, it was weird. He was not on the block, and I don't know why, but Murray was. And it's like one of those things where it almost seems like part of the game plan. Like, hey, we're going to put you down low. We're going to bring our bigs out.
The Murray post-ups have been coming in hot and heavy over the last week or so.
You know, Synergy, when they do these play type, they're not always accurate, like 100% accurate, because it's only like if it ends in a turnover, a shot, like a foul. So it doesn't account for every type of possession that can come out of it. But the numbers on Murray post-ups this season not great. Small sample size, but not great. And it is weird to see Denver keep going to that. Well, I don't mind it once a game.
Yeah,
like you have the matchup, and it's like, hey, here's a little curveball. Let's do this.
If he's playing with the bench unit and they don't have anything going, sure.
Right.
But like if you got Michael Porter Jr. on the floor, if you got Nikola Jokic on the floor, you can get something better, I would think, than a Jamal Murray post.
You know what it is? Like he's not playing with power. He has no power in it.
You feel like he doesn't have legs?
I think it might be a leg issue. But I mean, really, like there's nothing behind his shot. Like it's all finesse, it's all rhythm, and those fadeaways are about being able to get enough power on those shots. And he's not. He's coming up short every time.
Yeah, and this is part of the broader point about Murray and just kind of like where he is. But I mean, you look at it. He was a plus 16 tonight, a team high plus 16, and I don't think that was an accident. When he played well, the Nuggets were playing well, and I feel like a lot of times this year, I don't know what the exact number is, but I feel like he's led the team in plus minus a lot. Not because he's been the best player on the Nuggets that often this year, but just because you get one guy whose baseline's up here, and then you have one guy who just kind of goes back and forth between up here and way the hell down here. And this first half down here, second half up here, Nuggets win by 2 points. By the way, downstairs, well, you can hear
what is happening downstairs?
I can hear Lindsay, our sales director.
You can always hear Lindsay.
Her voice above everyone else's is pretty wild. But, I see their guy downstairs had Nuggets 2.5.
Yeah.
And RJ Hampton goes to the line and gets 2 free throws. You think it's found money, misses the first, purposely misses the second for almost presumably no reason.
Well,
Just
were
to
the
hurt-
Thunder out of timeouts?
I think they were.
So then, yeah.
Yeah, no, we were talking
you
about
probably,
how they should have. It was the right move.
Well,
what was?
Unless you're missing the second one.
Why?
Right. Because there was no time left.
You
to get it.
can't lose if you make it, though. You can't lose. If you make the point, you have a 3. Worst case scenario, you get tied because a guy hits a Hail Mary.
Yeah, but at least like if they take it out of bounds, they have time to people to run down, set up. They could at least tie it. If they have to scramble, he couldn't even get a shot off when they're.
Man, I'll tell you what's going to happen the next time they try that is Will Barton flies in, fouls somebody on the 3, like just because it's a scrambled play, and then it's
Jeff
like.
wanted him to miss it too.
You wanted him to miss that in that moment.
Way to throw me under the bus. But yeah, I did. I think that's the right play.
I
Just
think it's the
because
right play.
it's a
It's not.
scramble
It's
and you're
not.
not. You don't get time to. It's 0.7. You get to just catch and heave. You can't rebound, catch, turn, and heave.
I am with you guys. I am totally with you
This
guys.
is absolutely insane. One way you can't lose. It is impossible if you lose if you make the 3. Impossible.
Yeah,
the other
but
way.
you can
tie it. No,
it's
you can
actually
go
not
to
impossible.
overtime and lose. Yeah.
It's actually
I'm saying,
possible.
I'm
to
saying in
lose.
regulation. In
one way.
regulation. And the other one, you can lose on a shot. You can lose because you fouled the guy.
Right. If you miss it, you have a Mike Muscala like turnaround 80-foot shot.
It's also the rebounders. Like it's the big guys that are going to be able to
Yeah.
take the full court heave.
There is a right answer to this one, and it's my answer.
No.
No,
You're
no,
actually
you're
wrong.
wrong.
You're one outnumbered.
You wanna miss
and
it.
it's two, you're actually
You want to
wrong.
miss it for
Chad,
sure.
Chad,
We
this
got
is-
to see what
Chad
happened.
says,
Well, it doesn't
Let
matter.
us know in
Thank
the
God.
comments.
Yeah. Come on,
Chad
man.
says, what if you foul them on the 3?
Exactly.
Then it says Adam is wrong, missed the free throw. This
All
is,
over the place.
This
All
issue
over.
is split Nuggets Nation in half.
Yeah, I mean, he should have just made the first free throw. You don't have to worry about that.
Yeah,
Then
yeah,
you
yeah.
could go from there. That's what
man.
the talk
Yeah.
is. Hey, make your free throws.
Well, the Nuggets win it, and the guy downstairs lost his bet on it. So,
Yeah, that's rough.
So that's a rough way. That's a bad beat. Let's go to Jokic's game, though. 22 points, 13 rebounds, 9 assists. He did get a steal and a block as well. This was we talked a little bit about it. It was an up and down Jokic game. I feel like he scores so easily and
Against
yet-
anybody?
Against anybody. The only thing is his three-point shot. He's a streaky three-point shooter. I think he's really like a 36% three-point shooter, 37%. Maybe he can grow over time. In playoffs, he's been better than that. But he's streaky. He'll make 2, 3 in a row. He'll miss 5 in a row, and that's just kind of how it goes. But against the Thunder, he could have gone 4 of 4 tonight. Could have gone 2 of 7. He could have gone 1 of 8. He could have gone any of those. But if you post up or if you just play at the elbows, 25 points easy. And I just don't understand why the game plan didn't have him there tonight.
I mean,
You're being buried in an avalanche of Adam is wrongs.
This is insane. Like there is a way to guarantee. It doesn't matter. To guarantee you can't lose. But all right.
I'm at this point, I'm simply
Hey,
reporting.
man.
I'm simply reporting. I'm sorry.
Who is it? You
it's
put
the
this
guy
one
we're
together.
talking
All right.
about, Nikola Jokic.
It's
king of the
that's
game.
pretty. And if there's not like a clear
He
obvious
was by
one, it's
default
like always,
tonight.
I know.
I mean, he was also great.
he was fantastic. Yeah,
Murray won the game, I think, for the Nuggets, but only because Jokic is good in all 4 quarters and Murray was good in 1.5 of them.
Yeah. I mean, with Jokic, 2 of 7 from 3, that's a lot of threes, especially against the Thunder. Like, you think he would just go into the post against Mike Muscala or Al Horford if he doesn't get the switch? I don't know. I don't know. Was he tired?
No.
I don't know then. It was just a weird game, I feel like.
I mean, he put his foot on the gas pedal in the moments when Denver was most down. Like, they fall down 19. He comes out with a bunch of quick buckets in a row.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he did kind of do just enough, obviously, to get him over there. I just felt like he had 22 tonight. Could have been an easy 35 on the block.
Yeah.
I felt like.
we also are acting like Al Horford is not like a good defender.
He's not
like,
against Jokic, though.
He's not a horrible defender, and he also pushes you out of your spot, so you don't get comfortable in your spot. So I think that they just wanted to open up the rest of the offense. Plus, he's the only defensive anchor with Lou Dort you keep them out of it. You try to open up the rest of the game. So I think that the game plan was to open up the court because Horford is a big that could actually get out on you, so it opens up the passing lane. So I think that had to be in the game plan. I'm not saying I'm right. I just think that that's like how I would defend that.
There seemed like there were a lot of possessions tonight, and it seemed like it was this way for the entire game, where Denver was just like running in chaos. There was not a lot of structure to the Nuggets offense tonight, I thought.
And it even was about attacking the basket. To your point, it's not just Jokic going down on the block, but if you are going to bring Jokic out and you're going to space the court, you should be living in the paint, living at the rim, and it just wasn't. Denver, I felt like, was out a perimeter-oriented game.
0 free throws in the second half. Or in the first half, I'm sorry.
Zero free, yeah.
Yeah, 0 free throws at 10.
And I think
it might have been 2 or 0.
Either way, it wasn't a lot. And
they finished with 10.
And I'm not feeling like Denver got the short end of the stick on a lot of calls.
At all.
There were a couple calls down the stretch that were questionable, but they weren't like shooting like, should have been fouled here. So let's take who let the dogs out? Who's trolling us? I feel like my daughter, my 3-year-old or my 4-year-old is on the.
No, this is wild.
Yeah, I feel like my 4-year-old
is beside himself.
Had you ever heard the song that played before this? You're Loved by the Outfield?
Absolutely. There was the first song that you guys led with. I just said,
no, not Mbob.
Not Mbob.
I don't know what that is.
Yes, you do too. Everybody knows Mbob.
I know. No, I don't know what that song is. But I do know Baja Man.
You know the Baja Man. You know who lets the dog. But you don't know Charlie Blackmon's walk-up song, You're Loved by the Outfield.
You don't ever watch
Charlie
baseball?
Blackmon?
He doesn't know who that is.
I'm sorry, you said Blackman?
It's probably good for his health.
Kind of racist. Charlie Blackman? I don't know who that is.
Oh, boy.
We better take a break here. I just say, though, my daughter, we got an Alexa. And now, like, I sort of got to hear the song 20 times a day because my 4-year-old just goes, Alexa, play Who Let the Dogs Out? Nonstop. Anyway, that's your tidbit. Let's take a break. On the other side, we have a package here. We got a gift. We always like when we get gifts from guests. We're going to open up a package. Hopefully, it's not like a prank. We're going to open up the package live on the air, and I think we have some super chats that we might have to take some rocket shots.
Yeah, no, we're definitely being punished by our fans.
For having the wrong take about what the Nuggets should have done. Wow!
Kale is drunk with power right now.
And I'm going to be drunk with Rocky.
Let's hit our break. Hey, we have... I want to tell you, Harrison, the crowd, they love you for your analysis, but they really love you for your ad reads. I'm not going to lie, man.
Of course.
They really are excited for this.
Of course. With Zoom Care, guys, you never have to sit in a doctor's office ever again. We all hate the doctor, hate going, hate waiting. You know when you go to the doctor and then you have to wait another 30 minutes in the waiting room just to even go in? You don't have to do that with Zoom Care. What is Video Care? Video Care is like a trip to Zoom Care just from your couch. You can see, hear, and chat with your doctor, just like a traditional office visit. Get secure access to urgent, primary, and specialist care, including mental health. Video Care is covered by most private insurers, usually with a copay. So visit zoomcare.com to get started. ZOOMCARE.com. Of course, we all hate sitting in a doctor's office, so make sure to check out Zoom Care, and you never have to do that ever again. Also, make sure to check out Hassel Cattle Company, the best damn Wagyu beef in the entire United States, in the entire world.
I'd still go with Japan, but in the entire United States, absolutely.
Get out of here. You guys can sign up for Hassel Cattle Company, get Wagyu beef delivered right to your door. You can get, you can use promo code DNVR10 for 10% off your order. That's promo code DNVR10 for 10% off your order. Any order over $200, you will receive free shipping. So check them out. They've got everything: New York strip, Wagyu smoked sausage, beef bacon, Wagyu Frank. They've got jerky as well. So check them out. Use code DNVR10 for 10% off your order.
Man, some people are saying that the Serbians are wanting to send some rakia all the way from Serbia. I guess you could order rakia in America and just have it shipped to the DNVR bar.
It doesn't have to
It is
leave
public
your home.
information. I'm not giving you our personal address, but I am going to say that you can send it to
I'll give you my personal
DNVR bar.
789 Clarkson Street. Denver,
We love
Colorado,
packages. We
80218.
love mysterious packages that arrive in
Yeah.
unmarked boxes.
Yeah, definitely mark it. Say this is for DNVR Nuggets or whatever.
To the marbling, Matt Bailey.
The only reason I'm not giving you our address is because I actually don't know our address. I'd have to also Google this. All right, moving on, guys. So let's talk. Oh, that's right. Let's open the pack. Everybody, the people.
Do we know who this
Harrison,
is
can
from?
you do our honors? Do we know? Yeah, read the label.
All right, let's see what we got here.
I've got keys if you need them.
Important super chat asking why Harrison's not in the post-game conference.
Brendan Vogt is in the post game.
Brendan's at the post game. They traded off.
I missed you guys.
So check the front to see if there's a label for who this
This
might be
package
from.
contains alcohol, it says on the front, so I think I know what
Special
it is.
delivery. Check ID recipient must be at least 21 years of age.
You don't have to read every part of the label.
This is actually addressed to Brendan Vogt.
No, I know. He's not here. We don't
It's
care.
for Brendan. It's not even for us.
It's for us.
This is addressed to Brendan Vogt.
It's for us.
No, it's for
Listen,
Brendan Vogt.
That's
the-
hilarious.
That's the shortest name.
Yeah.
It's the only name that fit.
I think the tape there you go. Did you get it? All right, let's see what we got here. I have a feeling I know, guys. I have a feeling I know what it is.
Dun, 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 dun.
Whoa, is that dark?
Baby.
Oh
this
man,
is,
they keep getting darker.
This is gold Rakia.
Do you want me to read? I can read my Cyrillic
Rakia
here.
Anejo.
We have Stara Sokolova. What are you?
Waiting to pour shots.
Kosher
Of that?
Old Falcons plum brandy.
Who sent this to us? Did somebody in the chat send this
Product
to us?
of Serbia. It looks. I won't lie. It looks like fancy. It looks really fancy here. Tell us it in the chat. I want to hear Serbians. Is this the fancy stuff? What are we getting here? What kind of grade?
We
What
might
kind
have
of quality?
downgraded,
No.
potentially.
Well, they told us that last one was like the bottom barrel of all of it.
Okay, we're
so-
going up.
Oh,
we're trending
Lycos
up.
says this one's actually good.
This one, who says this? So?
baby.
Lycos.
Oh, all right.
So does Bohan Radovic.
While he's pouring this, we'll keep the show rolling
Old
here.
Hawk?
Paul
Oh.
Millsap tonight goes again for 12 points with 6 of 10. I feel like he. I guess the shots are here already. I thought that
That
was
was
going to take
quick.
a little bit longer.
I have to refill Eric's twice.
Dude, I don't know about this. Are you sure? I feel like that might be a bad idea.
What do you say? Are you
Can we
sure you
consolidate
asked- you
these or
pretend
something?
like I asked for it.
All right, you guys ready for? I'm kind of curious. I like when we get a new package and it's like.
Curious. I'm so excited. Oh, thank you.
So,
I just wanted to make sure you got that
to
one.
you, the chat, and to the mystery deliverer of Rakia, to Brendan Vogt and Brendan Vogt only, I say Zivelli.
To Brendan Vogt, really.
Yeah.
Oh,
I will say that one was smoother.
much better.
That one was smoother than the last one for sure.
Much better.
Was it?
Oh,
I'll refill Eric's once, and I'll take his other.
Hey,
that's
super
fine by
producer
me.
Kale. What a guy. Nobody buys their Kale shots for some reason. Why don't you guys? He makes the show run, man.
Do not buy me any shots.
That burns. That burns. The thing about Rakia,
Down the hatchet.
Zivelli.
the thing about Rakia though, this is actually true of all alcohol. Once you get that first shot down,
It's true.
Yeah.
it's easy street from
Yeah,
there.
yeah, look at me. I'm an easy street over here. It's never
You'll be
easy.
fine. You'll be fine.
Keeping the show moving here, guys. Paul Millsap tonight plays 33 minutes again. I thought this might be a low minute night for Paul Millsap kind of game, but he gets 12 points, and I know 12 doesn't sound like a lot, but I did feel like he had a little bit going tonight for the second game in a row. Before I told you there's no way he's going to score tonight, I didn't think he was. I said there's no way he's going to play minutes. He was wrong on both accounts. I mean, how do we analyze sort of Millsap's last two games, including this one?
I mean, I think that is great. It's what you need from a player like him, especially a vet that's out there giving his all on the defensive end, and then he's giving you an offensive weapon when you're not at your best. So the Nuggets are not getting what they think that they should be getting from their other guys, so he just gives you something else, and then he also on the defensive end, he's holding his own. That hurts my chest, so I'm just trying to get it.
Dev really doesn't like the Rocket. I thought that one was very smooth. Harrison, I'm going to give you another player here, and I'm surprised it's taken us this long. If you could whittle it down to one shot that changed this game, I think it was Will Barton's three.
It was.
I think it was Will Barton's three. And he had a solid game all around, I thought, actually.
Well,
10 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, goes 4 of 8. 2 of 3 from three-pointers, including that clutch one.
I thought for most of the game Barton was not good tonight.
It's true. He had a couple dribble into a crowd and just lose the ball.
He was rough for most
He's
of the game.
lost the ball a lot this season,
Yeah,
off of non-contact.
So is Jamal. There's we have for a team that has nothing but guards. I
know.
We don't have very good guard play.
Yeah, it's kind of wild.
Yeah, Barton 3 turnovers tonight, and I think I remember all 3 of them.
Yeah.
They were pretty loud. So he was great when it mattered late. I thought struggled over definitely the first half of this game when Denver as a team really struggled. On Paul Millsap, though, I wonder if Paul Millsap's the type of guy right now who's good against bad teams and bad against good teams.
That hurts.
I know that hurts, but I mean, maybe that could be the case.
I think that the correlation comes to with not having 2 bigs out there. When he knows that he can attack a smaller and not as strong guy, he really attacks them. So I guess Harrison is right, but also I think it has to do with the size of the other team.
You know what the craziest thing was? Is the literal difference, but in this game was unconscionable goaltending by
Oh,
Diallo
man.
on Jamal Murray's half-court.
It really
It was the
was.
biggest play of the game. I tweeted it out post-game. It was the biggest play of the game.
We won by 2 points, and
We
that
did.
was guys, when I say we, I want it to be clear that I believe I am a member of the Denver Nuggets and that I won this game tonight. Thank you, Adam.
You are
You're
Greg
welcome.
Whittington.
I just figured it out.
I figured it out.
God.
You are Greg Whittington.
This is the
It's
guy we thought was going to save the
Everybody
season?
talks
Oh,
about
my
he
God.
smiles all the time.
Yeah.
He's a defensive guy. You're very
You're gonna
defensive
guard
all the
LeBron.
time.
You guys put me in a defensive position. I'll say
You
that.
are
Greg the
Whittington.
Giggler
I
Whittington.
get it. I
Gee
get
whiz
it
over
now.
here.
I've never seen Greg and D-Line in the same room. Mostly
either.
because I've never seen Greg
Not
Whittington in any
not
room.
once.
But this is a good point. This is a crazy theory. If we move on to the bench all besides RJ Hampton, I thought the bench was actually kind of bad tonight. Sneaky and abnormal bad games for Monte Morris and JaMychal Green tonight. Monte just couldn't, only goes 2 of 5. I'm kind of surprised to see that he was 2 of 5 tonight because it felt like he just couldn't get, it felt like he was missing shots he always makes, those little floaters from 5 foot. He wasn't great tonight, and it's rare that those two aren't great.
Well, what happened with the bench tonight is they tried to roll out the funnest lineup of all time. Zeke Naji, RJ Hampton, Facu Campazzo, JaMychal Green, and Monte Morris. And it was terrible in the first half. It was god-awful.
Rolling that lineup out after the last game, that's like, I'm trying to think of that's like a Mason Plumlee heat check.
Yeah.
It's like, Jay, you did hit one,
Yeah.
but that doesn't mean you're going to hit another.
What was happening? I was talking to Kale about this during the game. They would just come down, and it was just chaos. Like they weren't really running anything. It was just all movement, but they couldn't get any good offensive looks out of it. And then, sure enough, Zeke Naji and Facu don't play in the second half.
What we got?
Just the chat. Dev and I are having a conversation. You guys are talking about the Nuggets game. We're in the chat. Dev's pointed out that I've become Tyler Durden with the Nuggets.
We are all Tyler Durden.
We are all Tyler.
All
Yeah.
Greg Whittington.
But this is
Say his name. His name was Greg Whittington.
But this is a real concern. I mean, if you just look
No
at the
doubt.
box score tonight, you get 2 points from JaMychal Green. Zeke Naji and Campazzo, 6 minutes apiece. They don't score. Then you get 7 points from Monte, 7 points from RJ. As good as I thought RJ was, we'll talk about him next. The bench sometimes just gives you nothing. And tonight was one of those games where you really didn't get much from him. And that's as much as anything why Denver only scored 97 points tonight. Who else going to score for you?
The gentleman's munder. I doff my cap to you, sir, and may we both score
These
under
Rocky
100.
shots are kicking in. You see, they're really. You guys should do this more often. Like he's really.
I know.
Just when
The giggler is just out in full
Dude,
force right
mute
now.
my mic. Cut my mic. Dude.
Well, JaMychal Green went 0 of 4 from 3. He's been a little cold as of late. We knew he was going to slow down from shooting, 60% from 3 over the first, 15 games of the year. But he's been a little cold as of late. And, yeah, I mean, this is a worry. Going into this Lakers game, Lakers have a good bench. They're deep.
Yeah.
Montrezl Harrell might eat this bench alive. That's my first thought when I see this Nuggets bench struggle against a Thunder bench, which is not very good.
Yeah. We get to RJ Hampton now, and he gets 19 minutes. He's a rookie. He's a guard. The fact that he has earned this much trust from Michael Malone already, I think just getting 19 minutes speaks volumes. Michael Malone's not going to give play. He barely gives Michael Porter 19 minutes this year,
Yeah.
The fact that he is trusting him with this much, I know there's injuries, but
Yeah.
Denver can shorten the rotation. They can play, whatever. Are you kidding me?
Let the dog out on repeat. It just got hit.
Who's trolling
Go
us?
find this person and bring them up to the show right now.
Who is trolling
I need to-
us? Yeah,
I need
Lindsay's
to
gonna
see
kick
their
some
face.
ass.
I think they're on the show. They're
But I mean, really, truly, the fact that the two players in front of him at his position get injured, that says a lot about how RJ Hampton gets his minutes. I mean, but you're right. The fact that they're giving him that level of trust.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
But
I mean, it's
that's what
honestly
opened the door.
right? But it's almost getting to question now where you wonder what the hell is going on. I am so distracted.
Head the game, Adam.
And I can't, man. This is real distraction
it
here.
throws me off a lot.
It throws me off too. So I do think though there's a real question now about whether he stays, because I'm going to be honest with you. Gary Harris, PJ Dozier have also gone through this. They've also proven it on bigger stages and this and that. But at the same time, I don't want to lose RJ Hampton. I've kind of enjoyed what he's done, and he's done the right things. That hustle, that defense, rebounding, he saves possession sometimes just through like sheer force of will. I think that brings something to the table that even PJ Dozier and Gary Harris don't. This like little bit of adrenaline, the spark of adrenaline of the young guy that's going to carry all the bags on the court, do everything that he needs to, and I think Denver needs it.
He's also just like like I keep saying, he's the change of pace guy. Like he's the athletic, fast-paced player that just as soon as you put him in the game, the momentum just rises because he's going full speed and he's giving us all, which is a lot different than we get from Gary Harris now. So when Gary Harris returns, you still put Gary Harris in them spots because he's a great defender that like just does so many things that go off of the box score.
Right.
But then you give him some more minutes. Maybe he's not going to get the 19 or anything, but you put him in like for a 5-minute spurt or something just to give Gary Harris some time on the bench, and you don't lose a step right there. You actually gain momentum.
It was great, dude. I'm so encouraged by RJ because I still don't know what he's good at, except for these. He's a gamer.
Right. Oh, he's definitely a gamer.
He's a gamer.
And he had even hit some of the shots he hit tonight were like kind of big boy shots. You know, it was like, hey man, somebody needs to score, and he'd deliver.
He's a gamer, and he's got no fear.
Yeah.
Absolutely no fear. When that second unit was in the first half, he was like taking over as the number one option, and even sometimes the bench unit in the second half. Here are his rebounding totals since he's got in the rotation: 10 against Sacramento, 7 against Milwaukee, 4 and then 4, which from a guard is still a lot. A guard that's coming off the bench, 4 rebounds is a lot.
He had as many he had more rebounds tonight than Paul Millsap.
Yeah.
I mean, that's impressive.
He's just got no fear. He is a true gamer, and from everything you hear, he's like super coachable, and Malone loves him.
Yeah.
But he's probably going to be out of the rotation when Gary Harris and PJ Dozier get
for sure.
back.
But this is like
Which is unfortunate,
This is a stretch of the season where you get to see into the future.
Right.
Like
this is the time.
You do not want to find yourself where you are reliant on RJ Hampton to hit big shots, where you're reliant on Zeke Naji to give you good minutes. It's like this is like the little peek into what will come when Paul Millsap's contract comes off the books, when we can start to look at like what happens after Will Barton. And so this is just like all gravy, but you shouldn't read into it as far as like what the Nuggets are actually going to look for this year.
So one of the questions I have here, Malone has a tough job right now, and he referenced this before the game about trying to get everybody minutes. Isaiah Hartenstein is the one guy that I look at that I just feel like
confusing.
I don't know why he doesn't get more minutes, because it's not that I think he has proven that he is like for sure the guy. He's been up and down, but I mean what player? Campazzo, Naji, Monte Morris and JaMychal Green. Those are the only two guys that I look at and I go, yeah, they're 80% of the time they're positive impact players for the Nuggets. All those other guys are like this, and I feel like Isaiah Hartenstein is the same. Like he's been good.
Isaiah Hartenstein has the best net rating on the Nuggets this year.
I have to push back on that. It is largely from two games.
No doubt.
He's like a plus 40 in like the Knicks game and the I can't even remember what the other one was, but it's 2 games that kind of weigh that. But nonetheless, like it does mean something, and he has been a positive in a lot of games. And he's not my favorite player. Like he does a lot of things that really aggravate me, but there's a lot of players on this team that are in that boat right now.
Well, he does have the highest foul rate in the league, I'm pretty sure. Like out of anybody.
And that's consistent over the years. Like that's been one of the knocks on him is that he fouls.
But the other part of that is, look, we talked about this before the season started. When the Nuggets put this roster together, I think Isaiah Hartenstein was in like the rotation. Like I think they thought he would play the Mason Plumlee role as the backup center. And I think he'll get another shot before the season's up for sure. Like something will happen, an injury, or somebody will have a string of bad play that gets him back into things. But yeah, I thought he'd be playing a role. Yeah, I thought he would.
I don't know. It's just a little. It's not the end of the world or anything like this, because that bench is so. Like there's just question marks all over that bench right now, but he's one that like he's also a question mark. But he's
what you do wonder about him is like my take on him from the first third of the season is like he's going at 150 miles an hour just because he hasn't played a lot, and he's just so like overzealous and like, oh, I need to do this, I need to run hard into the screen, and that's the reason why he picks up a lot of offensive fouls. So if he doesn't play consistently, I don't know if he's ever going to settle down.
Yeah, I mean, I am especially distraught by this turn of events because I declared proudly and loudly for anyone who would watch that Hartenstein was going to be our best offseason pickup.
Did you? I don't even remember this.
Yeah, but I think that was the first time that we tried Rakia also. So there were things that happened that night.
No, this was
really
in the preseason previews.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
That's funny. Any other notes we have from this game? I mean, we can turn our attention here in a second, but to this Lakers game. But is there anything else we should read into this game?
I really don't think so. To me, this was like the Nuggets came out cold, the Thunder came out hot. I didn't see any meaningful strategic alterations by either side. It was just like the Thunder started missing, then the Nuggets started making, right? Like, I don't know if you guys saw anything more high level than that, but like to me, it just seemed like the Nuggets were out of sync, and then they were like, okay in the second, and was enough to beat OKC.
The one thing I'll take away from the game is I'm starting to come back to life on Najee. Like this was a game that I like seen him start to like look like a regular rookie, and that was something I didn't see. And I mean, you could attribute it to just like a bad stretch from that whole unit that made it very difficult for them. Because that was like I was excited to see them in the first quarter, but then you have to realize who they're playing in the first quarter. It's not like the end of the bench guys, like it's an actual second unit. So I started to see the game was a little bit sped up for them. But I still think that just give him some time out there. Just give him some time.
I think we probably should have given a little more play to Michael Porter Jr.'s night.
All right, let's do it. Let's hit it.
15 points, 7 to 13 from the field, 1 to 6 from 3. So he just didn't have the 3-ball working. But
how many points?
15.
What was his line pregame? Does anybody remember?
He went over
14 and a half.
Oh, was there anybody that advised you to take that one? Was anybody's lock Michael Porter's over? I'll be honest, I thought he was getting 20, 25. I didn't think he was getting half
he should have. He's not going to go 1 for 6 from 3 very often.
That's so true.
So he was 6 of 7 from 2?
Right.
Yeah, 6 of 7 from 2. And defensively,
oh, I love this point.
I thought this was another strong defensive game from MPJ.
Great
2
point.
blocks, 1 steal. So
and also he's getting his hand on so many balls. Like he's just we were talking about this during the game, Dev. Like he's so long and just a lot of plays where he doesn't look like he's even in position. He reaches his arm out and tips it. Like,
he's doing stuff. He's active. So definitely trending up
positive
defensively.
Vibes for MPJ 2 games in a row.
For sure.
Well, let's hit a break. On the other side of this break, we're going to talk about our favorite players in the NBA, our most fun players. We were supposed to do this pregame, but we were having too much fun.
But I thought we just spit them all out right there at the end.
Michael Porter, Jokic.
No, I mean we said like
dude,
Dame.
Drunk Eric is like it's like a puppy. You know, like I have to like corral this puppy over here.
Just so cute though.
But he is adorable.
Everybody loves puppies.
Somebody rub my belly immediately.
Let's hit a break though. On the other side, we'll have some fun, and then Brendan Vogt already spoke to Jokic. Jokic, did he not work out today? I don't know. We'll find out.
What?
Michael Maloney's talked to. We're waiting on Michael Porter and Jamal Murray. Maybe Will Barton. I don't know. But first, let's hit a break.
I'm a little nervous saying this, but D-Line, I'm going to come to you for a pick of the week in about 2 minutes.
Okay.
So get ready.
I'm gonna find it.
What did he hit his lock today? Was your lock? Did your
If
lock
you
hit?
want to give us the DraftKings pick of the week, go ahead.
Well, I do have one. If you want the DraftKings pick of the week, I have an absolute lock of a pick.
All right, hold it.
By
hold
all
it.
means.
All right.
By all means.
I got it already locked and ready to go.
We've talked about this on the show, but free money on DraftKings Sportsbook this weekend.
Is that your pick of the week?
We'll wait for it.
On Sunday specifically, there's been this hammer the over movement on DraftKings. You've probably seen it on social media. You've seen it on DraftKings. It's a free $25. The over-under for Nuggets-Lakers started at a certain level. Everybody bet it down, and DraftKings is running this awesome promo where it's at 0 now. So it's a free $25. You just got to bet on that game to go over. So make sure to hit that up on DraftKings, #1 sportsbook app in the entire world. Also, use the hashtag #HammerTheOver on social when you place a bet. Let's keep that thing trending. Of course, must be 21 or older to use DraftKings. Of course, Colorado only. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
That's really turning on me.
Yeah, it's great. It's because you came in so hard on that.
I always will.
Yeah.
I'm like RJ Hampton, man. I play with my heart.
Also, if you're buying a house, thinking about taking out a mortgage, check out Chevalier Mortgage. Look, buying a house, it's a complicated process.
Doesn't have to be.
Doesn't have to be.
No, but they want it to be.
They They want it to
They
be.
do.
The financial
They
industry
They
wants
do.
everything financially
Yeah.
focused to be difficult so that the normal man, the common folk, doesn't get involved.
Yeah,
However,
true.
if you have a Sherpa, a guide,
A Sherpa. God, you are so nice. A Sherpa.
a Sherpa is a guide. It's also a.
Oh, man.
It's also.
I'm not sure it works in this instance,
right.
but you know what? We'll roll with it.
Chevalier Mortgage, they're the best people around. Check them out today. Call Virginia, 303-257-6578. Call Mike, 970-412-2472. Visit them, dnvrmortgage.com. You can also get a free DNVR shirt or hat of your choice. You can enter to win that at dnvrmortgage.com, and you can also get set up for a free consultation to discuss all of your options. dnvrmortgage.com. Mike and Virginia,
Hashtag
awesome
financial
people.
Sherpa. Hashtag
Sherpas, if you will. Some people are saying they're Sherpas.
Many people are saying it.
And
Streets are
also
talking.
heads up. Monday we have 2 shirts dropping in the locker.
Oh.
2 shirts.
I don't actually know these shirts, so I'm excited. I'm very excited.
Wait, so do we have the DraftKings pick of the week?
DraftKings pick of the week. You have to take the over on the Lakers Nuggets game. It's 0 points. I'm telling you guys, I know it sounds crazy, but this is the pick. And the reason I say this is the pick of the week is because we always give people are sitting at home, and the people that don't hop on, they might probably
Right.
think we're lying. They think we're doing something.
Yeah.
Literally, if a single point is scored in the Lakers game, you double you get your bet. And I
Yeah.
think it's a minimum 20 or maximum $25. Whatever, $25. You put it in. You win $25
is.
if a single point is scored.
Yeah.
Then you can cash out. If you don't like it, cash out. If you don't like it, cash out. So
Don't cash out. I don't think they'll offer you a
or
cash
just
out.
wait. Or you know what? Just wait 2 nights. They'll give you another odds boost that's equally as
DraftKings
crazy.
knows they're losing a ton of money on this,
Yeah.
but they're still just going
don't
for
care,
it.
bro.
That's why we love them.
That's why we love
That's
them.
the DraftKings pick of the week. The over, Nuggets, Lakers,
0
Sunday.
points.
Hit
Yeah,
it.
take it.
Hammer it.
So let's get to some favorite players here. Oh, actually, we don't have this on the ad read tonight. Am I allowed to? I'm allowed to go full. All right. I had to go to the sales director here. You guys know what I'm drinking tonight?
Oh,
that?
you're hanging out with some good company.
I'm with some good company over here at Breckenridge Brewery, brand new. Not even sure if this has been announced. This is a DNVR exclusive kind of. I'm drinking a Breck Brew hard seltzer, and I'm not even afraid to say it. I'm a hard seltzer kind of guy. A nice, refreshing hard seltzer.
I would say you're more of a soft,
Can you
hard
toss me
seltzer
one,
kind of
Lance?
guy.
Would that be possible?
Right now, I am having flavor. Flavor is honeydew, which I would say is probably my 3rd favorite
Melon?
out of 3 that I've tried.
Yeah.
I thought that the pear, what is it, apple pear? Is that what it was? Number 1. Apple pear, fantastic.
Yo, I
Wow.
Was it?
It tastes like a Jolly Rancher.
Have you had a peach?
I had a peach. That was number 2.
That's what I had. I had the
Honeydew is though a strong 3. Like they're all good.
Yeah, I was hammering the peach earlier.
I already know it. I can just say it right now. The peach is going to be the most popular flavor. It's the mango White Claw.
I'm telling you, these things are,
I
are
can go
straight
for
up
anything
fire
right now.
Straight up fire, man.
They're fire.
I am
Yeah.
very excited about these. You know what? People want to drink, and it's like you have to drink this thing or that thing, whatever. I'm telling you, I'm a
good.
hard seltzer guy.
I actually
You can't
feel
bully
like
me.
these
None of you can bully
these
me.
Breck Brew seltzers,
Comment section
they're
can't bully me.
actually a little easier to drink than the typical seltzer. Like, I'm not just saying that.
Dude,
they
who else on
actually are.
earth drinks multiple seltzers and gets confrontational with all of our fans? Adam.
Me.
None of you.
I'm like Kobe in that commercial where he's like,
I'm a big
the
seltzer
haters.
guy. I'm not afraid to admit.
I've been
not afraid to
hating
admit.
you. All right, let's get to favorite players, guys. And the reason this came up, the reason little
thank
peach
you,
here,
Lindsay.
the
Here's
reason
Peach.
our favorite, most fun players to watch came up is because last night I'm watching the Golden State Warriors and Steph Curry.
So fun.
And guys, I have to be honest with you, man. Kevin Durant going to the Warriors just ruined 3 years of pure adrenaline. Was it 3 or 4? It was 3. 3 years of great fun because those Warriors
Wow.
teams before he got there, you forget how fun Steph Curry
You and
is.
Bill
There's nobody
Simmons,
else.
same take.
There's nobody else on earth that is as fun as Steph Curry when he is in the zone, and he's kind of always in the zone.
Yo,
Like-
I would say when it's not fun is when it's happening against your team.
Well, that's very true. It does. Suck
Say
to
like in
lose
the
it.
playoffs, for example.
Oh, that's very true. That's
After
very
a
true.
57-win season.
That's so that's ice under the fridge, man. That's like so long ago. Like we don't even have to worry about it. But I'm telling you, watching that game last night. So there was a StatMuse put this out where it was like players to have at least 10 3-pointers in a game. Klay Thompson 4 times in his career. Nobody's had 5. Nobody's had 6. Nobody's 7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
Steph Curry had 10 games with 10 threes. Like this dude gets nuclear level hot all the time. And there's just nothing more fun to me. Jokic is my number 1. It's personal with me. It's Jokic. There's layers to this from Denver. He's my guy. He's number 1. nobody's really close to that. But if there was a close person, it'd be Steph Curry, man. Anybody hate Steph Curry on the panel?
It's literally impossible at this point. Like
It kind of is.
The reason is because he has now been down low and is somehow an underdog.
Right.
Like he
really is somehow
like
back to being
he
an
worked his
underdog.
way from like the highest plane to being part of a dynasty to somehow being an underdog and working his way back up. We're like, you know who's good? Steph Curry. You may remember him as the unanimous MVP from a few seasons ago. We're like, I really, you should keep an eye on that guy.
It's so true, man. And I honestly think Steph Curry and Jokic have some similarities. AJ, is there a Steph Curry of the NHL? Is there a player?
It might be Nathan McKinnon.
That's a tough one. I don't, because he's such a unique, like, Curry is just different than everyone else.
Right.
I honestly don't think there's a competition for best shooter in the NBA or of all time. I think it's like,
of course not.
It's rare that you can break down one skill and say there's nobody even close to him. He's the best shooter, and there's nobody.
Warriors have the 2 best shooters of all time, probably.
They might. All right, give me a favorite player that's not Joe Harris.
It's LaMelo Ball.
Really?
I love watching LaMelo Ball.
Flavor of the month, man.
And I had him as my number 1 guy in the draft. Those who listen to the DNVR draft show knew that. But he's really good. He's really good, and he's really watchable.
So fun.
And he's got that MPJ bull factor where you just never know what he's gonna do.
Right.
He's so unpredictable.
You know
And-
what Bull is going to do? Sit on the bench.
Well, that's kind of true. You do kind of at the moment.
We've still gotten that. We still got that in our head a little bit with Bull. But he's just so unpredictable. He's so fun. So yeah, he's number 1 on my power rankings right now.
He's high on mine. I'll tell you, Charlotte. First of all, Charlotte's number 1 in the Southeast Division, 12-14.
My number 1 guy for sure is Damian Lillard. I just think
Wow.
that when he's at his peak, like it's the happiest. I love the time thing. He's a trash talker on the court. He's going at people, and I think that the thing that translate with me, he looks like a regular person. Like his size, he's not bigger than anyone else. Everything is like to the point. He does everything with a purpose. I love it. Also, I don't know why, but every single time that I see Kyrie Irving play basketball,
Yo, he's
just
fun.
on the basketball court, is different than anyone else in the league.
Just not
to me.
off. the
You're
bus.
right
Yeah,
about that.
on the basketball court, it's art. Like it's really beautiful, poetic. Really is what it is. It's amazing.
Wow, poetic. You're not wrong. But I told you in the pregame show, like the cognitive dissonance I have with your Dame Lillard take is like, you're so right, and my brain won't allow it to go there. I'm just like,
You don't like Lillard, you're saying?
I like Lillard, but I don't like Lillard. Like I hate him, but you're right, he's amazing. Like
Lillard gets bumped up a ton of points with me because I just think like every time he's ever been interviewed, every tricky situation he's ever found himself in, like he handles it like
He's great.
he's
Dude,
he's quite a bit younger than me, and I feel like he's my big brother. You know, like whenever
So
he's talking,
mature.
I'm kind of like, man, this guy's wise, and like I need some advice from him.
yeah.
He also just gets props for sticking it out in Portland.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
much
and-
props. Are you kidding me?
Not only sticking it out, but like clowning the guys that go to big markets,
Dude.
like just like calling them boys.
He speaks. He's the total opposite of Kyrie Irving, like in
true.
every way. Like off of the court, his
Yeah.
interviews they're great. Like he really says what he means. He reps his hometown as many times as he could. He loves to talk about coming from a small school. Like he
Yeah,
has
yeah,
a great
yeah.
story behind him.
You're not
and
wrong.
he's doing it at the highest level.
You're not wrong, but you know what? At the same time, F Dame. You guys are off of it. I can't believe none of you like Luca anymore.
Dude,
It's not that
he
I
went
don't
berserk
like
tonight.
Luka. Just
he's
what's that?
damn
He went
good.
berserk
Like I
tonight.
would just rather watch other dudes.
I don't like that brand of basketball. I don't like the ball in the guard's hand for that much time.
My
and
thing-
part of this is because I was a big. I didn't like being the guy that's like, get ready to rebound. Get ready to rebound. I just
Yeah.
My thing, watching Luca with the basketball is that he'll go so fast, but every single time he goes into a shooting motion, whether it's a layup or a shot, he slows down and goes at the exact same rate. He has this thing about it, like an internal metronome, where he never rushes a shot, like Nurkic or like a lot of these players.
It's the start-stop athleticism factor.
It's really
which Harden also has.
He's also enormous. Like it's underrated how
Big
giant
boy.
Somebody said
he's extra enormous this year.
Somebody said it in the comments, but I've always thought it like Luka is the White Harden. Like that.
It's no
we said this in the pregame.
Like, he does everything. Like he just has to have the ball. He over dribbles, but he like gets all of the numbers and can score when he wants because he's bigger than everyone and more skilled.
Yeah.
I think LeBron was my favorite player before Jokic came around, and like you guys, nobody understands how painful it is that LeBron went to the Lakers for me, because it really was like I rooted for this guy for a decade and a half, and then he went to the the thing about LeBron is I think he's always been really extra corny. Like he's always been so like fake and all this stuff. And I don't care because I want to watch basketball and I don't want to do this. But like everything, he kind of, it's not that he's ruined it. I'll always enjoy the years that I like watched him and like he's just so great. Best, smartest player, most athletic player. He's playing now for 20 years.
But now he's like a total villain.
But now he's a total villain to me.
Adam, do you have a response to Chris Mosier?
Adam, a big dude's like 5'10". What am I supposed to be offended by this? Like, I don't.
Yeah, what's his response? Not
Does
true.
this dude look 5'10"?
All right. What, bro? No, I'm not. I'm not.
You got to put your feet up on the table here, and that's why they don't think you're fine.
You bring a tape measure out right now.
I'll show you how big I am, Chris Mosier. Like, all right. KD, what do we think of KD in terms of entertainment value?
Take it or leave it.
The problem is he's just
Take it.
Yeah, you definitely take it. You just pencil him in for like 25 plus a night.
we know, I can simulate a Kevin Durant game in my head every time. You know?
yeah.
It's really great.
But more,
Yeah, I know, but like I'm looking for unpredictability.
he also plays the game like
Is that a word?
pretty joylessly. He has a joyless approach to the NBA.
He's like Michael Porter to me, though, like where Michael Porter heats up, where you're just kind of like, just keep shooting it because you're not going to miss.
Well, I know,
You
but like when
he's
he gets going, it's almost like, all right, I
is.
Even
gotta
when he's
do
on fire,
this.
it's like it's just a basic shot. Like another
It is true.
fake mirror, like pull up, perfect. He's taller than everyone. Shot amazing. He does it, but you could pencil it. He's so consistent.
Totally.
Yeah,
25,
it's not
25.
fun.
It's so funny.
I think it's fun.
It's so
I
funny
think
when
it's fun.
Katie was on the Warriors and they would run this like super free-flowing offense. It's like they could just give it to Kevin Durant every time down and they would still have the same amazing offense.
You know who also made this argument? Kevin Durant.
Not surprised.
This is also what like kind of soured the relationship.
The bar
there.
downstairs has just devolved into just screaming.
I know.
It's a rowdy bar tonight.
How are we looking on
where's
on
BB?
vote? What's going on? You haven't written them? I'll tell them to come join. Are there any other players we should go through here? Paul George, I don't think that's
No,
that fun.
dude, no.
Kawhi Leonard, I actually don't think is that fun.
What I realized in this exercise was I just only like point guards.
True.
So my list was LaMelo Ball, John Morant,
Yep.
De'Aaron Fox.
Oh.
Mostly.
You like De'Aaron Fox's game?
Dude, you know who's,
I like the
you know
Aaron
who's
I don't
like,
think his game's pretty.
you know who's
It's
so
not
fun?
pretty, but it's just like it's unpredictable. Like I was just saying earlier.
You know who's so fun? Donovan Mitchell. God damn
Really?
it. I
You think
hate
so?
Donovan
See, I don't
Mitchell is
like
think
Donovan
Mitchell's
Mitchell.
fun.
I don't like Donovan Mitchell.
I like
I don't
watching
like
Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell.
I mean, I don't like him. Did you see the difficulty I had spitting that out? He's fun though.
Do you guys like it? This is going to be a weird one. The chat's really going to turn on me. They already hate me. I might as well go full heel here. I like Embiid. I like Embiid's game. He actually really frustrates me because I just think he's like a low, like his decision making is still terrible.
Low IQ?
Yeah, not low IQ
Oh,
because he's
Trae
still like
Young.
a medium IQ, but like he just makes a lot of like mistakes that you're just like, whatever. But I gotta say, like I like good footwork, and he has some really really nice footwork.
I love the fact that he's not hurt anymore. Like I'm
Yeah,
excited
yeah.
to
Knock
see him
over
just
22 games in.
Yeah, to see him play throughout the whole year because he's really talented. He's good.
Yeah.
The mid range is great. Footwork is impeccable. Nelson plays good defense.
What'd you say? Dev's mic went out.
Oh, Dev's mic went out.
It was funny watching that Philly Portland game last night or 2 nights last night.
Yeah.
Last night I think. And you know how everybody likes to say you can't have your big man as a closer. Well,
Yeah.
Jokic has totally changed that narrative.
course.
But with Embiid, it was interesting because they would give him the ball in the post, they would double, and he's obviously not the
know,
passer.
I know.
Doesn't have the
He's just
vision
not the
that
court
Jokic
reader.
does.
He doesn't read the court.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, you can't have your big man as your closer except Nikola Jokic.
We can't go too far on this, but I do like it. It is fun. The thing, like, you know, it's tribal. Sports are tribal, and now there is like the Embiid versus Jokic. Every time, it's so annoying. People will post like, "Look at this Jokic pass," like Bleacher Report, and every comment will be like, "Embiid better." No, Jokic. Are you kidding? Have you looked at it? And it's just like an argument. You're just like, this is kind of weird. Yeah. Hopefully, those guys at one point match up in the finals. I think that'd be awesome.
It'd be awesome.
It'd be like an epic center versus center battle. We don't get a ton of those, especially lately. But I just can't like hate on Embiid because the Nuggets play him really once a year. It's supposed to be twice a year, but Embiid makes one of those per year, and it's like I just can't be too upset about it. What this exercise taught me, Harrison, was I actually dislike more players than I love at the moment, which is kind of weird because usually I don't dislike that many players, but like Gobert, not a fan.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys I'm going through this list where I'm like James Harden, not a fan.
This would probably be a good time to let off my trade target for the Nuggets.
Oh.
I know we've all been waiting for this.
Wow. Let's hear it.
Yeah, you guys can probably guess it.
We have the drum roll. Let's do
You
it.
can probably guess it in the comments.
Joe Harris?
Kevin Huerter.
Yes, it's Kevin
Huerter. Put up the picture again. Bring on the picture. He's trying to trade for himself. You got to be kidding me.
It's Kevin Huerter, Red Passion, Red Velvet.
Oh, Kevin Huerter.
Kevin Huerter.
No, it's a different one. This is a different one.
No, not Dylan Windler.
He's too good.
Well, Kevin
They're not going to
Huerter-
trade him.
Well, hold on. Kevin Huerter is coming off the bench, or was coming off the bench before Bogdan Bogdanovic got hurt. The Atlanta Hawks just paid Bogdan Bogdanovic a ton of money.
He's putting the hard O on that. I think it's Bogdan Bogdanovic.
Bogdan Bogdanovic. I don't know. Would they be willing to offload Kevin Huerter for something? Maybe.
What is that something? I mean, yes, but that something is Michael Porter Jr.
No.
Kevin Huerter was a first-round lottery draft pick.
I'm aware.
RJ.
Years ago.
And the Nuggets also really liked him in the draft.
They might trade that could be an RJ.
I just don't understand how I just randomly knew that you were going to say that.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You know exactly.
I said it was predictable. I said it was predictable.
Harrison only likes dudes that remind him of Harrison. Like, it's so true, man.
It was yourself.
I am surprised you said that is true. Kevin Huerter.
Yeah, I only want to see Mike Connaughton on this team. I'll trade anybody to see Mike Connaughton on my team.
Pat Connaughton.
Oh, Pat Connaughton.
Do we have Harris? Do we have Brendan Vogt? I have no idea what we're going to do with this meeting here.
We can talk about what we thought
just
the
have him
Nuggets
come on
would have
anyway,
said in the postgame. Is this what happens when I'm not at the arena? Does the show just fall apart like
Yes.
this?
It's a mess like this.
It is a mess. It is a mess. I guess we can look ahead here to the Lakers game just kind of briefly. Here's the thing I'm looking. I was really hoping that between the last loss to the Lakers and this game, the Nuggets showed this things where it's like, all right, let's go, baby. It's time. Like, let's rematch, kind of thing. Confidence is medium going into this one. Before we bring him on, though, I just want to finish the thought, though. Like, I mean, here's what was so annoying about that game. Jokic, surrounding that game, 47 points, 50 points, 35. He has a mediocre game, in large part picks up foul trouble in that third quarter. Has to go a little bit. But everybody after that game was just like, Jokic hasn't actually been good this year. It's just like this. They do get a chance to be on national television. That'll be on ESPN on Sunday. I feel like the stakes are higher than they should be for what is just kind of a little bit of a litmus test, but nothing else. But the stakes are high because if Jokic can lose the MVP on Sunday if he doesn't come out and dominate.
I think that's the greatest part about it. I think in all of these games, Jokic has just been enough to win games. He's like, okay, I'm going to go out there and play my game. But in that game, I think that's a game that we get to see Jokic really want it. He's going to want to show that he's been a player that's been great all season long. I think that he'll be more aggressive in the fact of not trying to get fouled earlier and things like that, but just being way more efficient. So I'm actually excited to see concentrated Jokic.
Do you agree with this that he is going to take this game personal?
I think that he took it personally last time. I don't think that it was just like he was having an off night. I think the Lakers are particularly difficult for the Nuggets in general because they just clog the lane for everybody.
Yeah.
And it causes the rest of the Nuggets to help out and rise up and help out Jokic even more. So it's a tough place to be in, but the Michael Porter Jr. wasn't playing well or wasn't playing last time we had?
Right.
I mean, to me, it's not at all outside of the realm of possibility that we can actually have a good showing in this game, but it's going to take, obviously a better effort than last time.
All right, well, we got the man at the arena here. Let's bring him on in. Brendan Vogt, the boy with the man with the boyish charm. I was going to say boy with the mannish charm. That wouldn't sound right.
Yeah. How come Harrison gets us the picturesque view of the scoreboard and we get the Budweiser legends?
Yeah, flip around. You not remember how this is done? We got to see the arena behind you.
There's actually a lot of complaints in the comments, fellas, about Harrison putting his head in the sun. So I'm just listening to the people.
All right, we can give Budweiser free advertising. What? Tell me, how was the post game? What was the vibe post game from this one?
The vibe was it was relief, but not that sort of joyous relief. You know what I mean? It was like let's get out of here. That's done. Glad it's over. Glad we didn't lose. And Jokic was asked about what switched, what changed in the second half. And he just described a sense of urgency. We didn't want to lose at home. And so I think these guys are, some nights are more process oriented when we're doing the media thing, when we're reflecting. Some nights are more about the results. To me, my read, these guys couldn't wait to put this one behind them and take the W home.
Yeah. So talking to Malone post game, I mean, this was really a tale of two halves. And that first one, I mean, if you interview Malone at halftime, he's probably kicking trash cans, breaking televisions. But you do get the win, and the team does bounce back. So I'm curious, what was sort of his demeanor, and what did he focus on in his commentary?
Well, he thought that both the starters and the bench weren't ready to go in that first half. And he was just really, really pleased with the third quarter energy. I don't know if anyone at home is guessing this, guys. He brought up the defense. He mentioned the defense. He really likes the way they played. He thought even a lot of the shot making in the first half, he actually thought the defense, the process for the Nuggets was fine. So he was just glad to see a sense of urgency and a sense of what we haven't been seeing from this team, which is let's turn it on, and we can't keep waiting for this to come to us.
Yeah. I missed part of that.
Doesn't matter.
The defense.
The defense. He was impressed with the defense. All right, what else did he have to say?
Yes, that's right. He said, his big quote was, "There's no such thing as an ugly win. You have to win some ugly games in the NBA."
True.
And he pointed out that this Thunder team has taken the Lakers to OT. Is it twice they have, right, in just the last week? So,
yeah,
look,
that is true.
It's a bit of a cliche, but there are no easy wins to come by in this league. And so sometimes a game gets ugly. You got to win those too. And I think Malone was more excited, more proud of that effort than he was lamenting the first half.
Man, how about the Thunder? Perfect tank job. Losing big games by 2 or in overtime. That's how you do it, man.
I mean, they got a first-year coach. They got a bunch of guys who are just trying to get new contracts. So that's what happens.
I think it's how you do it. So Jokic, he spoke after the game?
He did.
Was there no workout? Usually he's the last guy. I know he was the first one this time.
He was the first one, but there was a long wait. So I do think he still worked out. He seemed a little out of breath, a little flustered. But that was his big thing, guys. He just said, in the first half, they just weren't playing hard enough. He mentioned defense too, which I've noticed that word coming out of Jokic's mouth more this season and seasons past. It's usually a Millsap Malone trope. But Jokic seems to be on that train, that they win games when they defend well. And that's not what they were doing in the first half in his perspective. And he was just glad to see that sense of urgency in the second half.
I'd be curious to ask Yoga. This might be a good next time they have practice, or I don't know. I don't know.
Is that next year?
That's maybe next year. But I would be curious to kind of hear if Jokic's perspective on the importance defense has changed over time.
I'd have to think so, yeah.
I would have to think so too. But just maybe I think it'd be an interesting thing to kind of a thread to pull on with him. Mm-hmm. Did he have anything else for you, or anything else of note? Why? I'm real curious.
I wanted to.
I'm real curious why he played such a perimeter-oriented game. Was he asked about that at all? 7 3-pointers, wasn't really inside a whole lot.
He was not asked about that, no. And I did want to – I got one question in about RJ, and I wanted to follow up about MPJ's approach tonight, because I thought the Jokic-MPJ connection was kind of what kept them in it. And,
No.
you know, to your point, to your question, I mean, I think he seemed a little content to sort of space the floor and feed a streaking, cutting MPJ tonight. Unfortunately, I didn't get that question in, though.
Okay. Well, do better next time.
Yeah, okay, I will. Yeah, I'll raise my hand even higher in the chat. He did say
Just
about
hammer that raise hand
RJ,
button.
he did say about RJ Hampton, though, that maybe the game was going a little too fast for him at first when not tonight, but when he first started getting these opportunities. And now naturally, like anyone else, you're seeing the game start to slow down for him, starting to become a little easier for him. And you get the sense that his teammates are really like, this is the source of good vibes to me, guys, on the Nuggets roster right now, is I think folks are really happy with the way RJ's playing, but also for RJ, given the way he's approached his rookie season so far.
I have a question. Are you going to come to the bar after this?
I might, yeah, dude.
Do you have any follow-ups to this win? You're the man that's always there in these scrums.
No, I would just did Joker, did Jamal talk? I think Mike talked as well. Just what else was the biggest takeaway?
Yeah, I just caught Jamal before I joined you guys. Jamal, it seemed to me like he was interpreting a lot of questions as like, what's wrong with this team? And he was sort of giving some defensive answers. You know, I asked about
Shocker.
MPJ's approach tonight, which I thought was good, right? And, you know, all the cutting and the off-ball moving, and he just said, look, we're not worried about Mike, which was not really what I was getting at, but I'm glad to hear it. And then same thing about RJ. I asked him about RJ Hampton maybe building on that foundation. First, it was just hustle. Now he's starting to try a little more out there. He said he's not worried about RJ either. So I guess Jamal's not worried about anyone. That's
worries.
He ain't got no worries.
Yep,
Did he
there's
mention
no
Greg
worries.
Winnington? Is he worried at all about Greg? Did it come up?
No one asked.
Nobody asked.
He was
I want to go back to RJ Hampton, though, for a
tonight,
second. Sorry, I'm interrupting you because I can't quite hear you. But if we go back to RJ Hampton, he hasn't really had a lot of podium games. What is his podium game like, would you say? How would you grade the podium game of RJ Hampton?
Well, I didn't speak with him, so I
can
don't really
do
know.
so,
Man.
yes.
I know as much or as little as
If you had to
I thought we
imagine
did a whole
Game for
segment about
RJ
talking
Hampton.
about
What are we
RJ
talking
Hampton.
about?
I guess, is there anything else? It's not like super clear this time. Is there anything else before we let you out of there?
Sure, Murray was asked about the Diallo goaltending, to which he said, I don't know why he would do that. That's a question for him and not for me.
Biggest play of the game.
Which
Biggest play of the game.
We should have given him the king of the
they were
game.
like-
He deserves the king of the game.
King of the game award. All right, Brendan, thanks so much, man. We appreciate it.
See you in 5 minutes.
We'll see you in 10 minutes. You head on over, buddy. Well, there you have it. I honest to God thought we just spent this whole time talking about RJ Hampton's presser. Was I the only one?
You are a lightweight, sir.
No, it has nothing to do with alcohol.
Dude,
I'm just an old man.
Adam is honey dude over here.
This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. I take personal. The comment section can bully me all they want, but you guys.
That's two honey dude.
I feel like I'm sitting maybe a little closer, but about the same distance away. I did not think we were talking about an RJ Hampton presser the whole time.
Look, Adam, whatever you think, I got you. I'm with you, man.
Thank you, brother.
I'm with you.
Wait, Dev's a real homie. MVP of the squad. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us with this Friday night Winners Lounge. Always, I see. Look, Vote's still here. He's still in the thing. I just saw
He
him.
wants to hang.
He wants to hang out some more. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell. Sunday's game's going to be a big one. Bring your A game. Bring your A game. We don't need to.